Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for November 20th through 30th, 2019. So glad to have you here joining me. I hope that you have been doing great since I last saw you. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back to visit. I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. First, a few quick notes, as always, before we start, that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Pisces out there. So if these messages do resonate with you, those are meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Pisces out there. This will mostly correspond with Pisces Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Pisces cross-watchers are welcome here as well. If you don't find you particularly resonate with this reading, check your placements in the rest of your chart to see where your Moon, your Venus, your Rising, etc. are, because those signs might line up better with you and you might feel more messages coming through those. Also, if you're looking into anything about personal readings, if you're interested in the card decks that I use, etc., all of that information will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started by talking about your astrology, Pisces. There is so much and so much good stuff for you. I really feel very strongly as I was looking at, the general chart, for Pisces. Of course, what I use, when I do my readings, I use a general chart, which is different from like your specific personal natal. So this is showing the universal energies. But the big thing that I want to point out very first is for you is that your ruling planet of Neptune has been in retrograde for 5 months, and it is moving into direct motion on Wednesday the 27th. That's a really great thing for Pisces because it gets you back out of that hibernation feeling. It helps your energy get, more in direct motion. And so you will definitely be feeling it. Neptune is also stationed in your particular sign. So it's extra powerful when it comes back to its own sign. Neptune rules Pisces, and right now it's in Pisces. So very, very powerful stuff for all the fishies. It's really aspecting you very powerfully right now, changing you, reshaping your reality. So yeah, all of your dreams, all of your visions, all of those beautiful creative ideas that you've had for the future, those are going to be getting more momentum and more power over the next 7 months. So very, very good to hear. Mars is going to be moving into Scorpio just as we speak. Actually, it's doing that today. So you will definitely be having a lot of power coming from that. Very positive, actually, this whole transit of Scorpio. Even though it's been hard, we've had a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio during this time. For you, it's a fellow water sign, so it's not all bad. A lot of your challenges, your lessons, all of the struggles you've had to go through, they start to make a lot more sense to you right now. So it's actually not all bad for the world of the fish, because, you're like, well, I get it. It's like, I'm starting to understand that better. And because Scorpio lights up that 9th house for you, which is Sagittarian energy, it's very positive. Even though those lessons might be hard, you really do start to understand the divine process behind all of that, especially right now. Mercury is going direct tomorrow on the 20th, so it's a wonderful thing that's happening as we move forward. The sun is the only thing that might be a bit of a challenge for you as it goes into Sagittarius on the 22nd. And the reason for that is because Sagittarius and Pisces form a square aspect. And that's a 90-degree angle, which is more challenging and causes more friction and just a little bit more frustration and block sometimes. So that's the only place that's really going to be a little more challenging for you, and that's going to light up that 10th house of Capricorn. So Pisces, you may have to put a little more energy into, work, into career, into whatever those life ambitions are. You might find yourself having to do a lot more, you know, kind of responsibility stuff that you really want to have to, and people might be asking you to take on extra jobs or even giving you a raise or a promotion along with that, which means more responsibility. So just realize that that could be on the horizon for you. Then Venus is going to be going into Capricorn on the 25th. And then, of course, Jupiter is going to be going into Capricorn on December 2nd as well. So that's coming up right around the corner. That puts 4 planets into your universal 3rd house by not the 3rd, but it'll be the 11th house. Yeah, which really connects you. Let's see, make sure that's right, correct. Yeah, that is correct, because Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, just make sure that's right. Yeah, the 11th house, which is Aquarian energy. So lots of power, lots of foundation laying, especially when it comes to connecting with the public, connecting with the mass consciousness, tapping into more of what you can do to help the world at large. And Pisces, if you're single, if you're looking, you know, for a romantic partner, if you really want to find somebody, a great place that you will find that in, especially over the next 3 weeks or so, is going to be out in an area where you are doing good works, you know, charities, social causes, or activism. Those are all areas where you could actually really come across somebody that shares a lot of your same feelings, values, and ideas about the world. So let's go ahead and start getting into your cards. I'm going to pull a few major themes before we, you know, just to get an idea of where you are, and then we're also going to do a full Celtic cross tarot spread, and let's get going. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, helpers and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Pisces as we do their reading for November 20th through 30th, 2019. Please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good and protect their energy as well as mine throughout this session. Thank you so much. Ooh, Pisces, this is very positive. So the Sun card came up right away. To me, the Sun is the most positive of the major arcana. This is a message of optimism, of, you know, renewal, innocence, faith, and spirit coming back to the light. So very, very nice to start that out. You know, and as we are wrapping up, you know, this last part of 2019, I mean, we're coming to the end of a whole decade. A lot of people may not quite realize that, you know, that we're going from, you know, we're wrapping up a 10-year period of 2019 going to 2020. So this is, to me, a lot of renewal coming up on the horizon for you. So let's pull a card from the spirit birds. I've had a lot of stuff with my birds. I'm a big bird watcher. I love them. And last night, I've said this in all my videos, but it means so much to me. I heard the owls hooting outside, and I love my owls, and I love owls in general, because I'm often up late at night. I'm a night owl myself, and so, you know, especially through the summer, if I take walks at night, I hear the owls hooting, and it's the barred owl. It's the particular owl, and they have a really funny kind of almost comical hoot. They kind of hoo 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 hoo, and it just always brings a smile. It makes me feel great. So let's see which of the feathered friends is coming through for Pisces here. Oh my goodness, Pisces. So this one has come up, I've got to tell you, for the last 2 readings I did. Capricorn and Aquarius both had the same bird, which is not a coincidence. I've saged these cards, I've shuffled them before the reading and during, and so this is very interesting to me. Time of fertility and creativity. So you and these 2 other oldest signs of the zodiac right now are really sharing in this energy, and it doesn't really surprise me that there's a common thread here, because, you know, Capricorn is getting a lot of that heavy energy, and they're very attuned to, you know, in line with Pisces and Aquarius, and then now you. Look at this. So, Yeah, fertility and creativity. This is a time where you really are bringing forth the fullness of the abundance that you have. Your spirit is moving forward. Neptune is moving forward for you. And so, yeah, you're ready to really unleash your creative potential. And let's see what the bird on the, oh, look at what's on the underside. That's the card on the bottom, is the courtship and mating, new relationships developing. Just curious what's on the bottom. Oh, under the sun. Yeah, there's the Hermit. So some pretty powerful stuff, Pisces. This could relate to love renewing, as well as your own creative spirit. And yeah, taking that journey of truth towards yourself. Very interesting. So let's pull a goddess energy card. We're going to see what your divine intuition on the feminine level is leading you to with Neptune moving forward in your sign. We're having such an abundance of that coming forward, kind of the rebirth of our intuitive cycle. So let's see what they have to tell you about your path forward. Oh, look at this. One of my favorite cards in this deck is Renee, she who hopes. Love, hope, and relationships. I love this. It reminds me of the movie, the Disney movie Princess and the Frog, because she looks like Tiana, and she's even wearing that kind of spring green color gown, and there's this tiny little frog in the pond, and so she's kind of thinking, yeah, I've kissed a lot of frogs, but maybe I'll try one more time. You know, it's all about having that, you know, consistent faith and hope that love could still renew itself. I love that for you, Pisces. So I take that to say that, Pisces, if you're single, if you've already been through a lot of headache, heartache, trials in love, this goddess energy is telling you, don't be afraid to try again. Maybe be a little more careful with your heart, but don't be afraid to just, you know, see what's out there. And also the other thing is that if you're coupled up, or if you're, you know, hoping to reconcile with someone, it could definitely be working out in your favor. So let's move Mr. Dragon over here. I'm going to get my tarot decks out. We're going to be using the Celestial Tarot to do the main spread. And then I'll be clarifying with the Grand Lux Tarot for you, Pisces. It's very cool, Pisces. I like this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's check it out. The first card that comes up as your present moment, which is really interesting, is the Four of Swords, connection to the constellation of Pisces Australis. How about that? So this is very much some of your energy. This is also associated with Aquarius. The Four of Swords, Pisces, is really a very clear indicator that it's time to take a little break, take a little rest. You need some time for rest, recovery, relaxation, especially if you've been really working hard, fighting a lot of battles, dealing with a lot of drama, or anything like that. It's time to take a little break from that crazy action and give yourself some much needed rest and recovery. So let's pull a clarifier for this card. Yes, because new things are about to come up for you, Pisces. There's the Two of Wands. So it's like this is about all brand new doors opening, and it's like you need some rest before you go on to the next stage of life. Some old things have really closed, and some new things are about to open. Right now you need some rest. You need some me time. So then let's look at this immediate past position with the Five of Pentacles. This could have led to a feeling that you were being somehow shut out in the cold, not included, left out, not communicated with very clearly. That Five of Pentacles is a lot of Taurus energy as well, a lot of Mercury. So during this retrograde, you might have felt like, nobody's talking to me, nobody's including me. You felt very left out. So let's see what the clarifier for this is. Ah, so you moved out of that energy very quickly. You said, if you're not going to include me, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. Or you might have come in and communicated very clearly that that was not good enough for you, because that Eight of Wands is very rapid movement forward. And so, yeah, you didn't stay in that energy. For a lot of you, I'm glad to say that you have not stayed in that. That's a very good thing. And so going into the immediate present, immediate future, I should say, is the Ten of Pentacles. Very, very positive card. Very aligned with the deep earth element. So, you know, all those earthy signs come to the forefront: Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So to me, that is a time, you know, it's like, and I like the imagery on this card, you know, it's like planted in the earth, ready to be reborn, ready to be renewed. Look at that. You know, it's like all your efforts about to pay off. Look at that. Beautiful. So let's look at a clarifier for the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, Pisces. It doesn't get any nicer than that. So not only do you got the Ten of Pentacles, but the Ten of Cups comes up on top of that card. So this is a beautiful balance. Again, earth and water. There is so much earth moving right now. Like I said, all of that Capricorn energy, it's actually very good for you because it provides a lot of stability, a lot of earthy groundedness for you. And so it's like you have the earth, but then here's your water element. Both of these are 10. So they're all about that happy home, the ultimate stability. This says not only is your heart going to be happy, Pisces, but, you know, your solid grounding center will be happy as well. So let's look at what's coming in on the bottom of the deck, on the bottom of this spread, because this is all about what Spirit, you know, is suggesting that you pay attention to, focus on. This is also what your subconscious is telling you. And so Scorpio, there it is, the Death card. You know, and we've had so much Scorpio energy around us right now. So this is those major transformations. Like I said, you've really come through some. But this is really like you're focusing on that. Spirit wants you to be aware of that. Your subconscious is aware of the fact that you've done so much work towards your regeneration and your recovery, and you should never forget that. Don't forget how much you've come through, especially as you go through to better times. So let's pull a clarifier for the Death card, please. Yeah, so Three of Wands. And Pisces, to me, this is saying you're allowing the effects of that transformation, the rebirths that you've done to come in. You know, it's like you're allowing all of that to kind of settle in, and you're not having to chase down any of that anymore. It's like you don't have to work quite so hard to recover because you've already done it. And now it's like the results, the rewards of you doing all that interior work is coming to you with that Three of Wands. The ships are coming in emotionally. On the divine higher mind, the Four of Cups is coming up, Pisces. So this is saying don't take the little things for granted that are good in your life, and also don't let people take you for granted. I know that many Pisces, you're just sometimes so sweet and so giving and so generous that, you know, it's like you get taken for granted by people, and that's never a right thing to happen. So make sure that you're in a situation where you are being appreciated and loved. Because if you're not going forward, there's so much potential for you to have that. So let's pull a clarifier for the Four of Cups, please. Oh, look at that. So no, I was about to say Aquarius. Very interesting. This could involve an Aquarius because I almost slipped up and said that. But Page of Cups is coming through here, Pisces. So to me, this could be an apology. This could be somebody coming in to say they're sorry about something that's happened. This could be a new person coming in with a message saying, hey, let's go out, let's hang out. I really like you, etc. It could be the birth of a new relationship. For some of you, it could even be the birth of a new child, because that Page of Cups is, that very young energy, and it's a really emotionally fulfilling kind of situation. So let's pull some advice going up around the side here. This also could be a message from the divine, considering the position that that card is in. So Pisces, be on the watch for your dreams, your intuitions, anything that kind of comes to you. That could be definitely a message from your angels, from your ancestors, passed on loved ones that are trying to get something across to you. So that can be part of that card as well. I like it, Pisces. All right, so let's look at this. Here's what the suggested approach is. So embrace your fiery side. Interesting, we got that Sun card at the very beginning. The Queen of Wands is very strong Leo energy, which is all about that solar, powerful sun energy. So, she's very generous. She's very magical. She knows how to create what she wants. And she's not afraid of giving of herself, because she knows that she has enough, and she also knows that she has the strength to put her foot down and say no if she doesn't have the time or energy for something. So keep all that in mind as you go forward on the best way to approach any situations that come up. So let's pull a clarifier for her. Yes, because Pisces, this is how to best approach, especially situations where you've had disappointments, fallings out, painful feelings, wounded emotions. That Five of Cups, that's really difficult for that, because look at her, she's sitting there and the cups are fallen over, but in the back, sitting behind her, there's the two that are still standing upright. So Pisces, it definitely acknowledges that you've had some pain, you've had some emotional trials to go through, but it's also saying not all is lost, because those two cups are still standing tall in the background. So going into what you need to know, here is the Hierophant, very strong, grounded Taurus energy. So what you really need is to get more committed, more focused to yourself, to grounding deeply within your spiritual life. Very, very important right now to your health of your mind and your heart, Pisces. So let's pull a clarifier for this. And look at that, Cancer energy, another major arcana card coming up over top of the Hierophant as the Chariot. So to me, this is going forward in truth and awareness and being open to learning new things. So this is, again, to me, these two coming together is like spiritual growth, spiritual learning, a recommitment and dedication to yourself and your well-being, and a lot of healing and balance as well coming in, rebalancing things that have been out of balance. Then we get into this mutable earth. This is the Knight of Pentacles, very strong energy. This is let's see, I believe that, yeah, this is Virgo. This is Mercury energy there. So yeah, very, very powerful. I always say that Knight of Pentacles moving forward is always the one that goes forward and actually will cross that finish line. He will make it to the end. The other knights, you're not quite as sure, but the Knight of Pentacles always has that on his side. So this is about hopes and fears, and you may be kind of hoping you make it to the conclusion, hoping that you get to the end of this journey, Pisces, but you're also kind of worried that you might not have the strength. But I believe that card coming up to the, to the surface is saying you absolutely do have the strength and the stamina and the dedication to get through to the end. Yes, because what's challenging you about that right now, Pisces, is you're still a bit guarded around your heart. You've been through quite a bit, so that Two of Swords, it's like she's still really guarding her heart chakra. So give yourself a little time. This is a patient night. This is a patient journey. This isn't somebody that has to do it all overnight. You've had to make some really fast moves in the near past here. But, as you go into your future, you don't have to move that quick all the time. Then we go into the outcome. There is your own energy, Pisces, your Neptune card, Neptune rulership of the Hanged Man. So to me, again, this is about challenges. This is about you being sort of like you're not completely done with one cycle of your life, not completely stepped into the next. But it's all about sacrifice. It's all about, going through the challenges to come to those points of enlightenment. So, this really is all for a purpose. It is all for the best. And if you feel like you're having to wait a little longer for something to come your way, then, there's a reason for that. It's all about perfect timing, and spiritual divine timing is not the same as our kind of human timing. So just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that the timings can be different for everyone with these. It's like if you feel like, well, it didn't happen within this certain amount of days or this or that, give it some time, because not everybody is on the same timeline. It could take more time or less time depending on the person that is watching this reading. So let's do a clarifier for the Hanged Man, please. Oh, beautiful. So look at that. And Pisces, that's such a wonderful message. There's the Queen of Cups, so very much, that water sign energy. She's very particularly aligned with Scorpio. The Queen of Cups, she has the lid over her cup, so she's a little more careful around her heart. She's, a little more cautious about who she lets in. So nothing wrong with that, Pisces. If you've been burned before and you're a little more careful about who you let into your heart, no problem. That's perfectly fine to honor yourself and honor your own emotions, because it is very powerful once you let someone in. So this also tells me that you're still doing a little bit of recovery and regeneration and, healing process, which is just fine. You're just in between that process right now, but you are absolutely getting there. And I think that having Neptune going forward and going direct after a 5-month-long retrograde is going to feel really great. So thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, I almost forgot. Want to do one of these little guys. I'm going to pull you an affirmation with the Divine Door deck before we sign off here. So Pisces, here is your door right there. And then on the back is the message, which I will read for you, that says, a cure for longing. Aw. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. So yeah, this is the cure for longing, because if you are single or you are waiting for reconciliation especially, this is a very strong message for you, even more so. Live deliberately, because it's like, don't just let any old person into your heart. This is a very, very strong door indeed. And so Pisces, it's just fine by me if you keep your guard up a little bit, because only the best should be allowed into your heart. All right, so have a wonderful rest of your November. I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.